Welcome back, 8th graders. This is Chapter 4-7, Problem Solving. The main skill we're going to be working with today is called working backwards. In the assignment, you will do some working backwards. There will be some problems that should be done with equations, some that are guess and check, some that would probably be a good idea to draw a diagram, and even some that guess and check, but make sure you keep track of the table. The first working backwards problem we're going to work on is this one, example 1. It says a spy left clues by making bank withdrawals. Obviously not a very good spy, was he? He withdrew half of his money in Paris at the start of the mission. Then he withdrew $5,000 in Cairo. In Istanbul, he withdrew half of his remaining money. He had $7,500 left. What amount did he have at the start of his mission? If we're starting to work backwards, we're actually going to key on the fact that he had $7,500 left after withdrawing half. So what we really do is establish that in Istanbul, we know that $7,500 had to equal half of his money. So we are going to take 7,500 plus 7,500, and we now know that in Istanbul, when he got there anyway, he had $15,000. From there, we go to Cairo, and it says he withdrew. Now, I should probably point out at this time, I'm assuming you understand that withdrawing means you subtract. So in working backwards, you'll note we do the opposite. If we subtracted the $7,500 in Istanbul, it means we have to add it to get his total. So now we're going to move to Cairo. And we know that he had $15,000. It says he withdrew $5,000, so we're going to do the opposite, meaning we'll add $5,000. So we now know that at least when he first got to Cairo, he had $20,000. The last thing we do is go back to Paris. And here it says he withdrew half of his money in Paris. We know that when he left Paris to go to Cairo, he had $20,000. So we now know that $20,000 equaled half of his money. So $20,000 plus $20,000 means he started his adventure with $40,000. Example 2. Some students tell me this doesn't make sense to do it this way. I know, it's a little artificial. You have $25 left from your paycheck. You've spent $300 on rent, $50 on gas, $150 on food, and $40 on clothing. How much was your paycheck? Most students tell me, well, Miss Scouten, you just add up the 300, the 50, the 150, and the 40. And then you add it to the 25. And to be honest, yes, you do. However, if you're working backwards, you're going to start with this 25, then you are going to add the 300 from the rent, which means that at one point you had $325. Then you're going to add back the $50 you spent on gasoline, so you have $375. Then you add the $150 for the food, which means $525. And lastly, you will add the $40 you spent on clothing, so that you know the paycheck was $565. And that is the conclusion of lesson 4-7. Scouten out.